Yo, welcome to Tokenomics. My name is Robin, and today I'm joined by Ian, our expert in tokenomics, to break down for you an upcoming ICO on Coinlist, one we are very excited about, and you might understand very soon why. But first of all, obviously, this video is for entertainment purposes, even though we do our, utterly best to do the research, to bring you cold hard facts. We just can't say it's financial advice. So, Efinity, what is it all about? To understand that better, you will need to know that Efinity is linked to the enjin coin. The enjin coin is an ECR 1155 token standard on the Ethereum blockchain. And the enjin coin is there to revolutionize how value is stored in digital assets and how these digital assets are created within games and apps. The digital asset industry is booming. It's a $50 billion industry, which is growing to an expected 189 billion by 2025. With the enjin coin comes enjin tools, which makes it easy for game developers to create digital assets on the Ethereum blockchain and make it easy for them to integrate these assets into the games and apps. What enjin coin does is it's infused into those assets with a process called minting. Right? And you also are able to melt these digital assets to regain some of this enjin coin value. The benefits are consumer trust, real world value, certified authenticity, and protection against inflation. Digital economies become a bigger part in our lives, and the tech companies know this, and they are looking for ways to increase value to their users. Enjin coin helps them to increase the value of digital assets, to increase the utility of digital assets, and also to make them more significant. There's many million double digits locked in enjin coin already in the blockchain. So this sounds all amazing, but there is one problem, one big problem. It's solely linked to Ethereum. It's only dependent on the Ethereum network. And here is where Efinity comes into play. Efinity is a power chain on Polkadot. So instead of relying solely on Ethereum, it will create their own chain that is customizable. And because of the cross-chain capabilities in this ecosystem, the already existing infrastructure, supporting apps, wallets, can all directly be integrated and become one big ecosystem. And this is very important because Enjin has created world's best wallet for NFTs. And the Enjin wallet is so good. You have all your own private keys available to you. It supports all major cryptocurrencies. All the token standards of the Ethereum network. You can interact with any dApps within the wallet. The apps allow you to claim NFTs with a QR code, trade NFTs, connect your wallet to the games. So what Polkadot ecosystem does, it makes it possible to connect Enjin through Efinity to all these blockchains. And let me give you one more use case. There are creators that were allowing you to claim NFTs for free with Enjin. However, this year, with the increase in gas fee prices, the congestion on the Ethereum network, like these type of campaigns became too costly. But with Efinity being released and moving away from just the Ethereum blockchain, these kind of campaigns can become possible again. And what it just brings is direct scaling, faster transactions, and it becomes more suitable for gamers. And one last thing I need to say is, the enjin coin was also integrated within the Samsung Galaxy apps. So this shows a little bit how big the reach and potential can be of the enjin coin. And investors know this. When Efinity had a private sale, it was sold out recently, raising around $89 million. And this was led by Crypto.com Capital, DFG Group, and Hashed, three major players in the space. I'm personally a fan of Crypto.com. I'm using their app. It's so convenient. when it's my go-to place when I quickly want to purchase any kind of crypto. It delivered me a metal debit card, which I can use for purchases online and get 2% cash back. And on top of that, I get a monthly rebate on my Spotify subscription. So basically, they're paying for my Spotify subscription. How great is that? If you are interested in something like this, check the link below. And when you sign up with that link, you get $25 for free on crypto.com. Like I said, the concept is great. The investors are maybe even more excited than we are. So Ian, can you tell us more about how the tokenomics of this Efinity project looks like?
Yeah, thanks for that, Robin. I think a pretty clear use case for the project there. So if we look at the tokenomics, 35% ecosystem, we've seen this in other projects put down as foundation endowment tokens, so just tokens set aside to further the goals of the network. Staking in pools of 15%, obviously these are to encourage people to hold their tokens and let them reside in the network as nodes, validators, whatever, and to avoid like any kind of pump and dump mechanic to really incentivize people to hold on to these tokens that they get. Company and team, I did find interesting that they were split up, but essentially 30% of the tokens are, in the hands of people who built the network. You could maybe look at it. I did ask this on Telegram, and I did look into this. There was no clear distinction made between them in the marketing materials of Efinity. But I mean, I guess team I would look at as maybe the people that are building the Efinity blockchain, whereas the company ones are the people who are behind the NFT website and wallet. In terms of the sales, 5% is the public sale. There's been 15% of those sold already in different sales. So yeah, 5% of the tokens going in this public sale. In terms of the lockup, there is one really important thing to note here. So if you bought in the private sales, your tokens will be unlocked on the 30th of July. If you buy on the Coinlist sale, it's saying that they will begin unlocking with a 9-month cliff, so about 11% a month for 9 months. And that will be actually 5 days after the private sale get unlocked. So there is a bit of a front run there for the private guys. So if you buy this, don't be shocked that it starts trading before you get your tokens unlocked. They'll unlock about 10% on that date, and then every 3 months will unlock another 15%, and that will end in January 2023. For the company tokens, there's 5-year vesting, and for the team, there's 3 years vesting and a 1-year cliff. So, and again, staking in pools is 15%, and this will be sort of over 8 to 10 years, this 15% gets unlocked. But as we can see from the graph there, I mean, by 2024, we're looking at, 90%-ish or something like that of the tokens being in circulation. So in terms of what that means then for circulating supply, at the price of 5 cents in the first seed round, that would have given them a fully diluted market cap of 100 mil. 6 cents was the second seed round, which was 120 mil market cap, and the most recent seed round or strategic round, which actually only finished in May, was selling at 7.5 cents, and that gave 150 million fully diluted market cap. So if you look at what's going on now, we're buying them, if we get them and you're interested in the project, obviously for 20 cents in the sale. That's already 2.66x what they sold them for in the strategic round, but that round only finished in May. So yeah, a big discount to people who got in early there. So just something to be aware of. And at that price, they have a fully diluted market cap of 400 million. In terms of the basics of the Coinlist sale, you can buy between $100 and $500, 20 cents per token, linearly releasing over 9 months, starting on or around August 4th. I mean, it doesn't really matter. The private guys get out at 30th of July, and their next unlock isn't until after that anyway, or a long time after that. You have to register by the 18th of June, and there is a quiz which I'm going to take you through now. Deposits in BTC, ETH, USDC, and USDT. So in terms of the quiz, I mean, if you've been paying any attention to what Robin said, you'll know what the crack is with it. The team behind Efinity is Enjin. It's built on Polkadot, 100 million tokens in the sale. The mechanism for the Efinity sale is that you will join the queue and be put behind hundreds of Russian farmers with 200 mobile phones on a desk. But yeah, just pick option B. And then BTC, ETH, USDC, USDT. What will happen if you submit a purchase and don't complete it? Yeah, like don't get don't get eyes bigger than your belly here. If you can't afford to buy a certain amount, don't get hyped up and take it, because they can cancel the purchase and ban you from future sales. Coinlist are the only people doing the sale. It's 20 cents per token. And what happens to a user who bots or abuses the QIT system? Well, most likely some of their accounts will be banned, but they will continue to use others into the future. So going forward, looking at the team, so really interesting. Enjin was actually founded in 2009 by the two guys on the left, Maxim Blagov and Wojciech Radomski. So over the next decade, they organically grew their first product, Enjin Network, to over 20 million gamers worldwide. They launched the Enjin token in 2017. Obviously, the Enjin token is used for minting and melting NFTs on the network. What this Efinity token is for the blockchain. So it's replacing Ethereum in terms of taking care of the transaction fees. So, like, I mean, when you look at these guys, look at what they've built. You know, Maxim Blagov, I mean, you can see firsthand his experience in user interface design in terms of just how slick that Enjin side is. I mean, the wallet looks fantastic. The site looks brilliant. It's really, really slick. And Wojciech Radomski was the author of the EURC 1155 standard, which is like a new standard of token that's more applicable to NFTs. And yeah, also wrote the code for one of the first ever NFTs. So, I mean, you know, look at what these guys have already built rather than, do you know what I mean, any other credentials on LinkedIn and that. I mean, they've got a fantastic website and NFT marketplace that they've already done. And this blockchain that they're building already has a big customer lined up in themselves as they port across from Ethereum and sort of integrate cross-chain compatibility on this network. One other thing I did want to bring up quickly was some interesting partnerships. So they actually have partnerships with Amazon or with Microsoft in this thing called Azure Heroes, which I looked at a little bit and was like these digital badgers, you know, like badgers, like live in sets, pretty cool little animals. Yeah, I didn't really get it, but hey, they have a partnership with Microsoft. A much bigger one, Robin mentioned it briefly earlier, was the Samsung blockchain key store. So, like, you know, if you say build a game on their network and that app, you put that app in the Play Store, you can release NFTs on it. It's like, you know, the way if you have any kind of Android phone, certain apps come built into it. So now if you have this Samsung blockchain key store, you'll be able to buy NFTs for any of the games that you purchase in the Play Store, assuming they bring them across to that platform on your Samsung phone. So that's actually a really big deal. And also BMW Vantage in South Korea are trialing a system where they basically release or give tokens to people who buy BMWs, and these can be used to essentially attend corporate events or have services or work done on your car. Again, I read it wasn't 100% clear exactly what that entails, like whether it's like, oh yeah, here's some crypto, have an oil change or what, I don't really know. But like, look, there's an existing partnership with Microsoft, Samsung and BMW, who are, you know, three real world large companies that really bodes well for the future of this. So yeah, if you enjoy the content, again, like and subscribe. And Robin and I are going to have a quick chat about this now and just break down exactly what our thoughts are on the sale and our thoughts are on the token and the blockchain in general.
So guys, if you like the content, you know where we are. Subscribe to the channel if you want to get updates on future early stage products, ICOs, IDOs, and keeping you in the know about crypto. Oh, baby.
That rhymes, man. That rhymes. That's really nice.
So yeah, and give it a like as well, because as a small channel, it really helps us get up the algo. So Robin, looking at this project, what do you think about it? Are you going to buy it?
Well, it's, I mean, I'm quite excited about this project. Gaming is definitely a passion of mine. And, you know, the developments we see in digital assets in the recent years, and you know, how much value is captured by NFTs and stuff. I think it will be really, really interesting. Yeah, well, what about you, Ian? What do you think?
Yeah, I gamed a lot like in the past, and whereas like I don't see this as something that's going to attract like a FIFA or a Formula One game or a Red Dead or a GTA in, because they already do so well out of microtransactions. I think like this thing of you know, NFTs being cross-compatible, bringing them into a marketplace, being able to, you know, earn a sword or a gun or whatever it is in one game, and then transfer that across to another game, or even sell it and make money off it in currency that you could even potentially buy the next game itself with, or whatever. You know, it puts power back in the hands of the users. It's a great way for games to grow as a community and get people involved in the game and want to play it. And yeah, I mean, it's just a super idea. Yeah, the one thing I guess that concerned me a little bit was the fact that the private sale is unlocking a few days before the public sale. So this comes down to time frame. If you're going to get into this, in terms of, you know, you want to buy it on CoinList because it's CoinList, it's going to 20x, or if you watch the IOUs, you know, 150x and get people all hyped up. But if that's what you're into this for, it's far less attractive with the public sale releasing after the private sale. So if you're in it for a quick dump, not so attractive. For me, really like the project, excited by it. I see this sort of thing as the future of gaming, and I would have no plans in selling any of it early.
I remember, Ian, I remember that you said like what you really, you know, enjoyed about this is that they have like already a working product. And when you mentioned that, like I thought, yeah, you know, that's really, you know, an important factor here for, you know, if to be in it for the long term, I believe.
Yeah, and like in a sense, like they are going to be their own customer. Like they're taking probably, you know, the most prominent, slick, well put together NFT marketplace for gaming, and they're putting it onto now their own blockchain. So, you know, what you'll have with the enjin coin, as we said, is the enjin coin will be used to mint the NFTs and to melt them down. This Efinity coin will be used instead of Ethereum in transaction fees, which will be significantly lower. And that's important because if you're, you know, a small game or whatever, people aren't going to be buying NFTs off you for $500 or even $100 most likely. You know, they could be $2, they could be $5, they could be $10, maybe 20 or 50. And if you're doing that on ETH with NFTs with congestion and gas fees, you're looking at, you know, it just not being viable. It's like a small artist starting off on OpenSea. It's just not viable for them to sell their NFTs for $50. So the whole thing makes sense. I really like the way Enjin's put together. Certainly this is, you know, Enjin is now something that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. It's definitely on the watch list for me from now on. And yeah, just a super project. I know you had some thoughts on the cross-chain compatibilities of it as well.
Yeah. I think, you know, valid points what you said, like the gas fees on Ethereum makes it really hard to, you know, to progress with digital assets, and especially in gaming when it might be about microtransactions or even when you want to give out NFTs for free. So, however, we don't know what the future will bring, and I think the cross-chain capability that Polkadot will bring. So basically, still, you know, Ethereum is still a valid blockchain, even though they're launching the parachain on Polkadot. Will mean that all options are open for the future, right? And I think that's something great, because if suddenly some other network is getting traction, then probably there's still cross-chain capability there as well with the enjin coin. So that I mean, that means that they have some kind of competitive advantage against other maybe NFT related blockchains that are just operating on their own, like for instance Flow or so. So I think that's very interesting.
You say that as a Flow owner, so
yeah. Exactly. But you know, it's just how it is, and like you said, like I will definitely keep an eye on the enjin coin. I have seen it I've seen its rise multiple times during this year, and I was always thinking like, yeah, you know, another NFT type of coin.
Yeah.
However, if you look at the wallet and, you know, what they've, you know, established, it's really interesting, I think. And if they can nail this one, then they might have some breakthroughs. So yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye on it. But like you said, probably more a long-term plan than, you know, something short-term.
And I think that's what CoinList are trying to do to an extent, or maybe not what CoinList are trying to do, but what they're trying to enforce upon CoinList.
Yeah.
They're trying to make it, but you know what'll happen? Lots of people won't read the small print. Lots of people won't do their due diligence, and then they're going to freak the, you know what, out on Twitter when they realize the private sale is before. But I mean, yeah, if you enjoy the content, guys, like and subscribe. We really like this project. We're excited by it. It's not financial advice. You know, there's only one qualified financial advisor here. That's her. There she is. And yeah, here's
she
Robin.
might have better advice than we do anyway. So
Yeah, well, at least she
okay,
can keep her mouth shut. Oh well, yeah, sometimes. All right, cheers.
cheers, guys. Bye bye.
Look, bye.